Hey everyone, welcome to another episode of the Whovian Shelf. Today I'm reviewing the second episode of Doctor Who Series 9, The Witch's Familiar. So as I predicted last week, this second part in this two-parter didn't really live up to the first one, but it was still a pretty darn good episode. I really liked the dialogue between Davros and the Doctor, and just the emotion Davros was showing it. And at one point I was thinking, man, I mean, they may kill Davros off. I mean, 'cause I don't think the character can come back after this, after crying in front of the Doctor. But the dialogue was just so great with, Davros showing real emotion that, and you can believe it because he's at the end of his life, and, looking back on his life, maybe he has a lot of regrets and all that. And if the Doctor believes it as well, then you kind of buy it too, At least that's what happened with me. I know a lot of people said, oh, it was a trap, it was a trap. It was obviously a trap, that Davros is evil, he was just faking it all. And, I fell for it, honestly. I have to say, I wasn't surprised when Davros turned, and that it really was a trap. And that is honestly just like Davros. But I have to say, the emotion that he showed with, saying that he was happy that Gallifrey was back and that the Doctor had his people, allegiance to his people. And, I think some of what he said was the truth. Honestly, I think Davros does feel like. I think Davros is much more complex than the mustache twirling villain. I just think that he's so filled with hate that he won't let himself admit that he has those emotions, and he won't really show them. And I think this trick was a way for him to actually express those emotions without actually acknowledging they exist, if that makes sense. So yeah, I really enjoyed that. The relationship with Missy and Clara was great. Michelle Gomez did another fantastic job as Missy. God, it was just so funny when they were looking down the entrance to the Dalek sewers, and Clara was like, "Oh, we could throw a rock down there and see how far it is down there," and Missy just pushes her in. That was great. And the turn, and especially with Clara actually having to go into the Dalek and control it with her mind and everything, and it was really neat to see how the Dalek exoskeleton translated your thoughts into words, and they don't have words for "I love you" or anything, so any strong emotion just comes out as hate. And powers the Dalek gun. And it was also kind of a callback to Oswin Oswald from Asylum of the Daleks, with Clara being in the Dalek, which was kind of interesting. But yeah, really like the Master in this episode. A lot of people want her to become a companion. No, that's not going to happen. She helped out in this episode, and she'll save the Doctor's life, only to try to kill him again. I don't think there's much logic to Missy. She'll help out when she has to, but she'll turn on a dime, like she did with trying to get the Doctor to kill Clara. So yeah, she's never going to become a companion, but still, I do hope she comes back. She probably will. Some great lines of dialogue in this episode. I love the "admit it, you've all had this exact nightmare." I love that line. The only other chair on Skaro that the Doctor woke up in. That was nice. because I didn't even really think about that. That they wouldn't have chairs, but Daleks don't. They don't need them. Yeah, just really well done with that. As far as the things that I didn't like, well, we've got another prophecy of a Time Lord Dalek hybrid. So maybe that'll come up again towards the end of the season. I mean, it really does feel like we're in the Russell T Davies era again, because there were a lot of prophecies. He loved to do prophecies. And I just find it, I don't know, I find it kind of dumb to do prophecies, because they feel kind of cheap. And it's just kind of a cheap way to be like, this thing's coming down the line, you just wait. And it's, I don't know, I didn't really like that. The Dalek sludge, I guess Stephen Moffat explained it well enough that, Daleks are genetically engineered not to die. So, their bodies just break down until they just become mush and liquid. But I don't know, to me it didn't work that well. But it did wind up saving them at the end of the episode, so I guess they worked out. And another thing that kind of bothered me was the way they got out of it. Was it felt too easy. It really did. I think, but I do think as adults we kind of want more complex stories from Doctor Who, and we forget that the show isn't for us. It's more of a family show, and for children to watch, because every episode the Doctor and Claire get into danger, and it's like, oh no, the main character of the show is gonna die. I mean, no, that's not gonna happen. But I think for younger viewers watching it, when the Doctor is in danger, they do want to see how he gets out of it, and he is the most he's the cleverest man in the room and someone to look up to. So they like to see how he gets out of situations, and I think if they make it too complex, they might not understand all that much. But yeah, it did kind of bother me that the Doctor, was like, oh, yeah, I knew what you were planning all along, but I went with it anyway to stop you. It's like, okay, I guess that works. Still kind of weird. But overall, I thought the episode was pretty entertaining. A little bit of a letdown from the big build-up of the first part, but still a good episode with some good performances. Just a good episode. I'm going to give this an 8 out of 10. And I have to say this two-parter is probably one of the strongest premieres the series has had for a long time now. So really enjoyed this two-parter. Looking forward to more. I hope the quality remains throughout the rest of the series. A lot of two-parters this year. Really looking forward to that. Love two-parters. Very reminiscent of the classic series with those. So really looking forward to more. So as always, like the video, share it, and subscribe, and tune in next week when I review the third episode of Doctor Who Series 9, and I can't remember the name of it right now, but it looks pretty interesting. So, till next time.